This is the Jenkinson's Boardwalk at Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. To anyone who's been here before, it should need no further introduction. But for those who have never been, let me give you a brief overview. This boardwalk, along with the one in Seaside Heights just 20 minutes south, are two of the most iconic boardwalks in not just New Jersey, but the whole United States. It was opened way back in 1928 and would see many changes and openings of new businesses and other attractions as the decades came and went. I'd highly recommend visiting the history section of their website if you'd like to learn more about the timeline. Nowadays, the place is known for having a large ride section, pizza places, candy shops, mini golf courses, an aquarium, arcades, bars, and restaurants. It's a fun place, and I have such a connection to it because my family would take trips down the Jersey Shore almost every summer since the mid to late 2000s. So what does this have to do with ceiling fans? Well, let me introduce you to the focus of today's video, Martell's. This restaurant and bar is a huge piece of property on the boardwalk. It may not look it at first, but the outdoor area goes all the way down to the waterfront. And while the Tiki bar is what this place is most well known for, I was always much more interested with what was on the inside. This place always had one of the biggest and most memorable installs from my childhood that I could remember, around 20 or more Emerson Monterey ceiling fans scattered all over the place, and even more Emerson summer nights inside the Lobster House restaurant in the back. Now obviously as a kid, nothing about bars interested me at all, but like many other places, I would go in just to take pictures of the fans if I thought they were interesting. What you're seeing now are videos I took in 2008 and 2009. I'm always thankful that my mom brought a video camera wherever we went in a time before that became commonplace with everyone having smartphones. I even found a video from 2010 on my aunt's old flip phone that recorded in some of the worst quality you could ever imagine. I'd be glad I'm not playing the audio for this clip. I'll try not to bore anyone with the details here, but for context, Emerson was known as a high-quality ceiling fan manufacturer since they started making fans in the late 1800s until they closed their fan division just a few years ago. At the time this model was introduced, Emerson had three main production lines of ceiling fans: the Premier Collection, Select Collection, and Essential Collection. First is the Premier Collection, which was the most expensive type that had stack motors and rubber flywheels to maximize airflow and cancel out all noise. Anyone familiar with Casablanca should know that most of their fans use these Emerson stack motors. Next is the Select Collection, which the Montereys fall into. These had a large 188 by 15mm spinner motor, so the performance was just below stack motor fans, and the lack of a rubber flywheel meant that instead of running silent, theoretically some vibration could be heard, but I still find that these fans run very quiet. You could think of this collection as the working man's fan, that was purchased by people who wanted the most bang for their buck back in the day. Lastly, we have the Essential Collection, which was Emerson's cheapest offering. These had a smaller 153mm spinner motor and shallower blade pitch. You'd still be getting a decent fan, but not as powerful as the other models. With that out of the way, I wouldn't say that the Monterey model is rare by any means, but it's certainly uncommon to see. For me personally, I only know about their existence from this install at Martell's. And while the fan itself may have little to no collectible value, the location of these is what makes it special to me. And getting fans from your exact childhood location is usually only something that collectors could dream of. On July 13th, I went to the boardwalk with some friends for the first time this season. We made all the usual stops, starting with playing golf at the place that has the giant caves and the waterfalls, then spending a devious amount of time on the calculator app to determine the winner because we're competitive like that. Then I walked to the aquarium to check in on these little guys.
Happy feet. Happy feet.
Happy feet. Wombo combo.
And of course some Joey Tomatoes pizza. Plus the obligatory stop at Frank's. Oh hey, that one's missing blades now. After this I realized though, we should go to the Tiki bar that's past Martell's. It's been so many years that I hardly even remember what it looks like. Should be fun. Alright, let's just go through here. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I see the bar entrance in the back, yeah. Can you even get in that way though? Oh, whatever, let's just find out. That's a bit strange, you guys see a whole part of this area is blocked off over here? Wait a minute, what are these guys doing? They're all just standing around a ladder and... Whoa! That's right, I somehow walked into the removal of these fans on this specific day, at this specific time, completely on accident. Before I could even process what's going on, I knew I had to intervene and at least ask if I could have them, because otherwise they were a solid 5 minutes away from getting chucked in a dumpster. I could even see them in the trash can piled on top of each other.
This is awesome. They don't know that he's a fan connoisseur.
Well, I'm happy to say that what ensued is probably the strangest thing people could have seen going on at the boardwalk that day.
Four fans, so like, this is crazy.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. We're almost there.
I don't know if you want to switch hands. We get to the ramp.
I'm fine with it.
I might want to.
Someone touched me.
This is awesome.
Honestly, at least it's not that far.
This also unintentionally spawned one of my favorite B-reels to date. Thanks again to my friends who are really cool and supportive of the whole situation.
Yeah. Do you guys feel like
Heist complete, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6. Lost a couple blades, but. So it's later at night now. We're all back from the boardwalk, and most people are taking showers and going to sleep. And I'm still just trying to process this situation, because, like, you know, what? What is going on? So here are the fans that made it back. And these are all the blades. This is what they look like on top. I guess it makes sense because they're all in pretty good shape still. They're made of plastic, which didn't normally come with these fans, but maybe it was like ones from outdoor ones. And as we can see here, 3 of them did not make it because in order to get this last one to fit, I had no screwdriver, which means I couldn't get the blades off or I couldn't get the down rod off. So yeah, nobody ever wants to do that, but in order to get this one home, I just like had to break some of the blades to just get it to physically fit in the car, which is sad, but you know, these blades are replaceable. And it's all about the location anyways. But yeah, here they are. Here's 5 of them. The 6th one is in here. Oh, hey, there's all this stuff from the PA meet I haven't dealt with yet. But yeah, this one I was able to fit in there fully assembled because the down rod did come off. The set screw in there was actually so loose to the point where I could just unscrew it by hand. And then the cotter pin came out with enough struggling. But this is crazy. I still can't believe it, man. I really just can't. Because also, before I got these, I got this fan. Same exact thing, except this one had the mesh spotlight, which a couple of them actually did. And all the ones that I had just had the regular spotlights. So now I truly have all the variants, I guess. But, I wasn't able to stick around or do multiple car trips because it would have just taken way too long to wait for all of them to be taken down. So there was probably around 20 of them installed, around that number. So those are probably getting thrown out, which is, kind of sad. But also, I don't know what I'd be doing with 20 fans. I hardly know what to do with 6 of them. We'll be keeping a couple. But, friends were also there, which are normally never in New Jersey. And we wanted to go see the sunset. So I'm so grateful that the blades were already taken off. Like, they didn't just break them and throw them in the dumpster. But yeah, 4 sets of blades are accounted for there. So that covers these. The one with 5 all attached is still good, which means I need to find new blades for this because I can't just wood glue them back together because it's not safe, and these aren't even wood. They're pretty disgusting. They've got about 20 years of restaurant grease on them. They're kind of rusted in some parts, but the condition doesn't matter to me. It's just where they came from. So that's this update. Yeah, I guess we'll just move forward with testing these and we'll see. It's now a week later, and I invited fellow fan collector Matt over to video and work on some fans like we normally do. Most important was this Casablanca 4 Seasons that turned out beautifully, by the way. But after that, I wanted to put up one of the Monterey's and tell him the crazy coincidence that just happened. Welcome back to the Martell's Monterey saga. So this is the first fan that we have installed here, and we already ran into a ton of problems. I expected some, but this was kind of crazy. So when we first powered this fan on, it completely tripped the breaker. I don't have a video of that, but it did happen. And once we separated the light wire and only connected the fan, that worked. So we took the light kit, put it through the testing cord. We found that pretty much every single bulb was burnt out. The ones that are in here now, we found 4 working ones, but out of the 4 fans that use this certain type of bulb, which I'll explain later, so out of 16 total, only 4 worked with a mix of incandescent and LED.
Oh my God.
We got all 4.
This LED is barely hanging on.
It'll work for the video, hopefully. So here's the light bulb clip-in graveyard.
Every single one of those bulbs don't work.
Is it, you want to pull the chain?
I don't know if that's on or off, but... Alright, ready?
Yeah. What? How, what? Did you just pull the light chain and increase? Oh, shit. Okay. We forgot to connect the blue wire. Okay, now try pulling it.
Oh. It works properly now.
So what happened the first time? Was it a bulb or the socket or something, maybe?
I have no idea. Yeah,
Looks
my theory
mint.
managed to muster up 4 working bulbs.
Before I show the light, we can show some of the corrosion.
These blade arms are extremely corroded.
What's interesting though is that for the most part the motor isn't. This is brushed steel, and most of it is totally fine. The inside of the light kit is quite rusted on one side, but the outer part of it is also pretty good. And I thought there was no light chain, but it turns out that they cut it so short that there was only like half a bead showing through. Like yeah, this is what's on it.
The chain would not come through that.
Yeah. So, but once you take it off, it's fine. That's only decorative. But
And we
yeah.
we shot some WD-40 into the full chain switches
Oh, yes.
because they were very rough.
Yes, this did not come with it. I just added it because it would clank against the light.
And the reverse switch is completely locked up. You cannot.
You can't reverse it right now.
We tried it, but it just wouldn't move.
So, has the lovely 3-way light switch. So first pull is these two, and then these two over here, and then third pull is all four. Interesting to note that these don't really give off that much light at all. Like if it looks brighter on camera, but in real life it doesn't doesn't seem like it's giving off much light at all.
Not much light output on this. I guess we'll go ahead and start it off on low.
Yeah.
It arcs when you pull it past medium speed. I really don't know why.
There's a lot of rust inside the switch cup that has all the stuff in it, so that's certainly part of it.
You know, everything's just so corroded.
Everything's just a mess, basically. But as of right now, it works.
And the amazing part is the bearings are silent.
Yep. Despite being hung partially outside for over 20 years, being run every single summer, no bearing noise. I guess that goes to show the kind of bearings Emerson was using. And you can probably see one of the blades is bent down. I think it's the plastic itself that's bent. And that could have happened when I transported this in the car, because this is the one that I fit fully assembled in the car. So there's that. And this is, the ones I got were from the back of Martell's, and they were either on this speed or medium. I don't remember any of them being on high speed. The ones in the front are usually on high speed though.
So you just happened to be there at the perfect moment.
Oh yeah.
And then you just found them being taken down.
It's probably the winner for the coolest story ever of how I've gotten fans that I've cared about. You can go to medium. So now this fan developed a new theory, which is that since the light was causing the entire fan to trip the breaker, I think all of the fans that were in the back half of Martell's were on the same circuit. So that means that if one fan tripped the breaker, then none of them would work, lights or fan.
That
So
could very well be the whole reason.
yeah.
They replaced all of them.
So the reason why they could have just replaced them out of nowhere, other than them just being old, is that if they try to use them and none of them turn on, and they're like, well, we don't want to check every single fan to see which one works and which one doesn't, then it's like just replace all of them. And that's exactly what they did.
So this is the. Here, I'm gonna show it on the floors because it's easier.
Okay.
That right there is the base that's separated from the rest of the bulb, and I think those little hot and neutral things right here may have crossed when the light bulb separated and touched. I think that's why the breaker tripped. That's the only thing I can possibly think of. Because when we removed the light kit from this fan, it worked normally, like when we only were using like one bulb, so.
I also forgot to mention there was an enormous dead bug inside of this switch housing, which is really impressive because most of it is like sealed up. So it must have gone in between this like crack between the blade and the switch housing and crawled in one of the holes you use to like tighten the blades. Oh, and I also didn't mention I'm using a standard 3-inch, or it's either 3 or 3.5 inch Emerson down rod because it came with this gigantic thing. It's about 2 feet long.
That wouldn't fit very well in here.
No, it would be closer to the floor.
And here's high speed and it shakes a little bit.
Yeah. So only 4 of these came with mounting brackets, but I just so happened to have an extra one, and then I bought a really cheap and crappy Emerson fan the other day, like solely for the parts, because... Oh, that's moving. So I got a mounting bracket from that, but as you can see the canopy isn't up because I don't have all the like threaded screws or whatever. It's not really a screw, but I can't remember the name of it. So those can't go up for right now, but we're gonna take a trip to the hardware store. How does this look with... What do I do with this? I think I just still can't get over this though. Despite how terrible of shape these are in, I think it's just awesome. And these fans have a really big spinner motor in it, so it's actually performing really well, like just under a stack motor fan.
I still can't believe the bearings are quiet.
Yeah, they're dead silent.
I mean, I would have expected them to be screeching like crazy.
Well, one of them might have bad bearings, we don't know yet.
But it held up after all these years.
Yeah. Let's do spin down. Yeah, medium speed arcs, so not sure what's up with that.
The blades are heavy and the bearings are good, so it might take a while to spin down.
Yeah. So, if you weren't already aware, and I will give priority to anyone who has been to the Point Pleasant Beach Boardwalk, also known as Jenkinson's. If you have been there and you have seen these fans and you want to buy one from me, then you can, because I do not have use for 6 of them. I would like to keep 4, but I am willing to sell 2, especially if someone has been there and has wanted one of these fans. Despite being a New Jersey native, Matt had never been to any of the Jersey Shore boardwalks or even heard of this place. Oh well, still made for a cool story, I guess. And at this point we were getting hungry, so we had to decide soon where to go eat. Oh wait. Alright, we're here at the Land of Dreams, Martell's. We came back because we wanted to see if all the fans were replaced, but not all of them are. Front fans are still there. So let's go in so you can see the full install. They also have a ton of neon in here. They have these here. This one probably still works, it's just burnt out. And there used to be a fan there, but it's gone now. This was always my favorite location for one. It's like in this corner. But as you can see, it goes all the way down. We'll get the ones on the other side on the way out. But as you can kind of tell, this is the barrier with the Martell sign where it starts to get into the new ones, where they were replaced. Although there's still some that remain. So let's do it. So these two I could not get to, so these have officially been lost. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough time. Same goes for these over here. These two also got replaced, but I didn't have time to get to them. Going around here, you can see all of these, and this was really an awesome install. This one over here, that was not an Emerson, that was something else. I don't really know what it was. But what's interesting is that over here, they still kept these two. And I love that neon so much. You getting all this? The last thing is that there are Emersons in the restaurant back here in this lobster house. I don't know if those are ever getting replaced. I think the 6 that I got were these 4 here, and then these 2 back here, which I almost forgot about they even had any. But they have Emerson Summer Nights in the back there. And some of them are kind of messed up, but they don't seem to be getting replaced. And the only reason why we were even in this area at all is because I wanted to check out the bar, which is the Tiki bar, which is all the way past over here. But some of these are still cranking on high speed, like that one back there. And I just love how this place looks. I mean, can't get enough. Alright. You want to record the way out? Okay. Pause for 1 second. All the way back here. Get a closer look. Side here. That one has a really messed up blade. all the way back. I don't even think I mentioned yet, but there are fans. Okay, I just gave the manager my number for the other one, so that's awesome. I was able to find him. Look at all this neon over here. I love that. This one says Jersey Shore. There you go. And it has these giant Dayton things. But let's go see the rest of them. This one's also on high speed. Then we got the rest of these over here. This one, this is the one that has the loose set screw, so it wobbles really weird. Look at that. And I'm gonna try and get out of here. But these are the last two. They're all on the line.
69!
That one right there is...
One final look at it.
That one right there is that door tracks.
88!
I'm gonna try and get out of here. Go look at.
I pushed the wrong one.
Yes, it's true. The next time I went to the boardwalk with my family, I noticed that all the Emerson fans in the front area were now gone. I also noticed the mountain of new fans sitting out in the open, almost as if they were mocking me. The only thing giving me the smallest bit of hope was that, strangely, there were still 2 Emersons left in the back area near the neon sign, and 3 more left in the middle and side area. I told Matt about the situation, and I think by this point he was equally as saddened by the news from getting so involved in this story. It was clear to both of us that these fans were approaching their final days. But could they be saved? That's right. 2 days later, we came back. This time we noticed that the final 2 Emersons in the back had been replaced, but the one in the middle and the 2 off to the side were still there. And just to be clear, despite what you see on this channel and in this video specifically, my life doesn't actually revolve around fans. I'm just going full story mode on you guys right now. But the point is that bothering maintenance workers, especially for something like this, is not something that I enjoy doing. However, I feel like I got a sign. When we left Martell's, I saw a worker rolling the exact same trash can that the fans were put in the first time I went here. Matt had to convince me to go talk to him on a whim, on the assumption that he would be both nice enough and knowledgeable enough to tell us what was going on with these old fans that 99% of the population wouldn't even give a second thought to. But hey, I'm glad I did. Yeah, there's 2 here. So it seems like the story never ends. These are just sitting in some plot of land. It's catching some wind. But they say they'd walk. Nope. They say they'd walk a mile for a pack of camels. Walk. What is this? Like 5 miles for some Emerson Monterey's?
Mile and a half, I would say. I don't know.
All right, I gotta get back to carrying this. This is hard to record.
All right, so about a month later, here we are at the boardwalk, and we just rescued 4 more Monterey's. We got 1 here, and we got 1 right there. These are 2. We're gonna go back for the other 2, but we are currently walking back to the car right now.
It's hot as balls.
I am sweating so bad right now. It's got to be like 90 out here right now. But
get a shot of this. What's up, bosses?
hell yeah, brother.
Oh yeah.
All right, that's all for now. All right, we're currently walking to the car. I got one right here, and he's got the other one. After what appears to be almost a 2-mile walk.
Dude, look at my hands. This all rust.
Rust
I didn't
all
take my
over.
shirt off because I didn't want it to get full of rust.
But we're finally back to the car after what seems like almost a 2-mile walk.
I'm gonna take apart an Emerson fan on the side of the road in front of somebody's house. So there's a set screw here that holds the down rod in. This one's really loose, so I can just untighten it by hand. Normally you'd have to use a screwdriver. That's out of there. Then there's this cotter pin here. Pull the pin out. Slide this out. And now, little down rod comes out. Next, I'm gonna flip this upside down. Hello. Shenanigans.
You guys having fun with a ceiling fan?
Yeah, you know where these were?
In the dumpster, probably? Oh, look at you go. You have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Alright.
Alrighty then.
There's 3 screws here. These are all pretty rusted, so hopefully they don't give us too much trouble.
Do you just want to take them off at the arms, or do you want to take them off?
No, I'd rather do this. Oh, okay, don't
The
lose that.
mailman just came by.
Oh, there's no screw in that one. Okay.
Okay. The third one then. Somewhere.
Yep. Oh, that one's almost out too. I wonder how many of these light bulbs are gonna work.
Like 2.
Okay, we have to keep track of these screws, but for right now they're there. So then that comes out. I'm glad I brought painter's tape to keep track of what is what. And then there's this little pin holding it in. As long as you, it's hard, the current
Yeah,
setup.
just squeeze this and then pull it out.
Yeah.
There you
There
go.
you go. So now this is out, and then you can get access to the holes from here to take these out. These are actually all pretty loose, so that's good.
As you can see, it's pretty corroded on these blade arms.
Yeah, everything's pretty rusted.
So in case anyone's wondering, at the last clip I showed when we were at Martell's, Matt gave the manager his phone number.
There you go.
But this is all coincidence. The manager did not call him. We just were there and they were taking fans down. So
Well, they had already taken these off.
yeah, these were already taken down. They were about to get
They were in a pile of stuff to get taken to the dump.
so it's just it's a good thing we're here now because the manager was not going to call him.
Well, you never know, but most likely, yeah. I don't blame him though. I'd never. I can't ever blame people for not taking part in whatever the hell this is.
Ceiling fan shenanigans.
Literally, yeah. Looks like I have freaking Cheeto dust all over my hands.
These are quite dirty.
All right.
How are the bearings in this one? They seem decent. Although,
These got to get cleaned anyways. 'Cause
yeah,
that's-
we're gonna take these apart and clean them and everything.
Yeah. Okay. So that's fan 1 done.
These screws in so we don't lose them.
Oh, that's a good idea. For the rest of them, we could probably just do it like this.
Yeah.
Taking apart second fan. So I've been marking them with painter's tape. It's number 7 because of the 6 before it. And I think they should all fit no problem. This car was all full of Fanimation stuff, packed to the brim. So if we didn't unload that first, we'd be screwed. All right, 2 down, 2 to go. I think it makes more sense to transport them like this for now, just for the sake of time. So we're gonna drive back up to where they all were and get them apart.
All right, we finally came back to where all the fans were dumped, and we were rescuing the other 2. So you see Matt's doing that one right here. I'm doing this one.
There are dirt clip-ins in my fans.
These are so disgusting. These are like sitting out here for a long time. Like there's just dirt and vegetation like everywhere on these. These need a serious cleaning.
Well, I'm done for the day. This is already a lot. So the last two that were sitting on the other side are done, but these are in the worst shape out of all of them. They had like grass, dirt, vegetation all up in them. So I have a feeling these were sitting for a few days maybe. I hope everything still works okay. They got rained on or something, but either way, they're here. So with those four, we are now done. The only way this could possibly keep going is if Matt gets a text from the guy that brought us over here for the last three that are still installed, but I don't know. This makes 10 total, which is more than I ever thought I'd be getting, which is awesome. So Matt is gonna take this one. It has intermediate base bulbs. The switch housing is a little bit bent, but I'm sure that could just be like knocked into place pretty easy. It's the other one over there. And then these are the first two that we carried. These are less rusty. I think these were sitting out for less time, even though the inner parts are definitely still rusty. But this has regular medium base bulbs in both of them. And this one, weirdly, also has, you can't really see it, also has medium base bulbs. So only one has the intermediate, so it's gonna take that one. The blades are down here. Gonna bring these in now. Past this point, Matt would have to go alone and try and get the remaining 3 Monterey's, as I wasn't able to take a trip there the following week. So I'll let him take it from here.
Update. It's about a week later, and look what I just found. I am by myself today. What the hell happened to the blades for this one? They must be missing. Alright, well, I gotta search all over creation for these blades, but yeah, look at that. All 3 fans are present. Alright, I just moved the fans from there to over here, and now I'm about to disassemble these things and get them loaded in the car. So about the blades for this one, I called the guy and he said he threw them away because they broke. But then he says he has new ones. So I'm about to go to Martell's after I load these up, and I'm gonna find out exactly what the blade situation is. So I'm gonna meet him in Martell's very shortly. All right, we're all loaded up. This one got crushed. That light there got crushed, but I'll straighten that out. All right, I gotta get out of here. I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. All right, I just left Martell's. The guy had like a stock of spare blades that he ordered for these fans like years ago. And now that they're replaced, he just gave me all these spare blades. There's 7 total. So there you go. All right, at Martell's again. Just figured I'd show around real quick. There are no more Emerson Monterey's left. So the one with the mesh light that I got was right there. And then the other one that we saved with the mesh light was right here above the TV. But they took that one down and not replacing it. You can actually see where the electrical box was for it. A few more. And these were the replacements of a few more that were saved.
I know. Why would you get flat after we play?
All right, there you have it. So in total, 13 were saved. 13 out of, I don't even know how many there were. There were probably like 20 something. But yes, we saved 13.
So there you have it. That's how we rescued some of my childhood ceiling fans from the Jenkinson's Boardwalk. With a bit of luck and a lot of determination, I have no doubt that you guys watching at home could do the same. So what's next? Well, as you may have guessed, all these fans need a good cleaning and restoration. So if you want to see that, then definitely subscribe to the channel. For reference, here's what the inside of the first fan that we tested looked like. And for people who've been following this channel for a while, you know that there's another place on this boardwalk I've had my eyes on for a long time. But that's a story for a different day. Until next time, this has been Ceiling Fan Rescue, and thank you for watching. Bye!